Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Beef Reacts. And today, we are going to be watching the RWBY Volume 8 official soundtrack. OST, for short. I can't remember this soundtrack having too many bangers. I remember it having some emotional hits. I'm looking at you, the end of the volume. That broke me. That wasn't nice. That was very hurtful. I look very scraggly. I look very straggly. Scraggly? Straggly. I don't know what the word is, but I look whatever that word happens to be. So, let us jump into it? Not jump into it. Maybe jump into it. I could jump into a lot of things. You know what's cool about eyes? If I focus them like right here on the screen and I move my head left or right, they stay fixated. Where I can go, ooh, ooh. I like eyes. I think eyes are really cool. Or at least, like, I like the way that eyes can mimic that of a camera and do stuff with it. Because that's what I always use them for. Anyway, I guess this would be a good time to just jump into it, I suppose. You know, um, I think this is worth a re-listen, honestly. However, I think honestly the main thing that needs to be re-listened to is probably the refrain. But I want to go through it one more time. I'm very interested in this idea of some heroes choose the wrong side, as in like, how is one side like not worse than the other, but like the interesting thing about people believing in right or wrong or this or that is that, like, honestly, the execution of certain things tends to be not more subjective, but like, don't you think that like it's like hard to like really like explain the way I want to, but like you have to think that every war, both sides have their own heroes and people that gallantly did something, even if it was won, lost, whatever. You have to at least think that to some degree. And then when you are thinking that to some degree, like, extrapolate it on it more, it's like, what did they believe they were fighting for? I think a big problem is that, like, you have this, like, what they actually were fighting for and what they believed they were fighting for. Like, I really have a hard time German soldiers were fighting to for the belief that they could, you know, do horrible atrocities to other people. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that's what they believed they were fighting for. Because it's an odd thing, because like I don't know how to explain it other than like I just don't know, because I'm not as versed in that. I'd have a hard time believing that. Like if you're gonna do the American Revolution, on one side you had them believing they're fighting for like liberty and the ability to govern themselves, and the other one is fighting for, like, we call it tyranny, but it's like fighting against a rebellion to keep their empire and their country like safe, technically. So like it's an interesting dichotomy that you end up getting. I think it's like interesting how it's that idea of changing the world again. Like, I don't know. I honestly think that when people talk about changing the world and they talk about what you could do to change the world, it's like not fascinating, but like people take it for granted. Like, oh, you really think you could change the world? Well, somebody has to. Why can't it be me? Why, like, honestly, why can't you at home change the world tomorrow? Why can't you do that? What about you can't fundamentally affect other people's lives to the point that they actually want to go out and affect other people's lives, and then those people's lives that got affected end up being affected in another way that you were not expecting? Like, even as significant or insignificant you or I may feel, unfortunately, we make impressions on other people, and those impressions make other impressions on other people, and it's those moments that you don't know. Your act of kindness today could literally make somebody feel like they actually matter, and you could have changed somebody's world. That's or your act of negativity could have impacted somebody to be negative and change the world too. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, it's all hope and sunshine and rainbows and things. But it's sad to sit there and think that you don't matter, when in reality you do. You changed my life. The fact that you're watching this right now shows that you have changed somebody's life. You have changed my life for the better. So thank you. Literally thank you very much for doing that. And you can technically be like, well, I didn't do anything. I just watched your content. Yeah, watching my content changes my life. Thank you. I'm not saying that to be rude. I'm saying that because factually, you can change the world, and you've changed my world specifically. You made me from someone who's trying to do something as a content creator and just a professional editor to literally a content creator. That is something that I will spend the rest of my life trying to figure out how to give back for. So thank you. See, I also think about it as like the Civil War, Cap versus Iron Man thing, where it's like we don't trade lives and that type of conversation, and it's like interesting. Um, and saying like we will risk the fall, and again, you have this. We've never actually been told what the fall is, but it's been this motif in like almost every volume. We hear this word fall, we hear these words love, we hear these words darkness, light. Like we hear these very nondescript, non-defined words, and like it's not bad, it just is. Oh my god, dude, my eyes are. I had like 10 hours of sleep and I still have bags under my eyes. Ooh, my contacts are killing me. Anyway, yeah, like it's a weird, not conversation to have, but it's a weird place to start, you know? I think the interesting thing about RWBY that isn't really brought up nearly as much is like here. Maybe we. Why does it have to be you? Like, yeah, I'm a firm believer, if not me, then who? But like, why you? Like, you have this Ozma character. You have this thing where it's like, yeah, fighting this great evil. But like, when has fighting a great evil in the world ever been a anything but an ongoing fight? I could take something as disgusting and horrible as slavery, and there's currently slavery going on in Africa, and like I'm sure as much as you may care about it, you're not doing anything to fight it. I know I'm not. Like, my point isn't like, therefore, like, we're not doing whatever. My point is that something that has been slowly eradicated from, like, our society, and I mean slowly, something that should have been eradicated much longer before it was actually eradicated, or even the ramifications of it, like all of these things that are horrible and disgusting are still happening. We sat there in World War II and we were like, wow, putting a bunch of people in mass camps is a disgusting practice. We never should do it again. Well, it's kind of currently happening with a bunch of people in China. So, like, a bunch of Islamic people in China. So, like, we can say these platitudes, but, like, why, like, my point isn't here to be like, oh, therefore song bad. It's saying that, like, Salem could honestly be a really good representation for these evils that just cannot be not that they cannot be eradicated, but, like, there's no way to really eradicate them on a large scale, and just when they pop up you have to stop them. And, like, it could be a pretty good metaphor for that if you really wanted it to be that. I mean, I'd have to really twist it and mold it into what I want, but, like, I could do that. I'm not going to, but, like, it's possible. And honestly, like, it's an interesting thought where it's like our dream, like, how does she say it? It's like a foolish goal we can't achieve. It's like, yeah, you can't achieve it, but your kids can. Your kids' kids can. That's at least the idea of, like, what the hell is it called? Like, that was the idea of abolitionists. Like, they were ashamed, to some degree, and mind you, they weren't good people all the time, but, like, the abolitionist practice, they had this idea of, like, we can't do it, but hopefully our kids can. And, like, I think not for what they were trying to get rid of, like, as horrible and disgusting as that is, I'm saying, like, you can apply that to a lot of things, to a lot of, like, ideas of not even generational wealth, but, like, just being generational in general, instead of being so me focused, being future focused, like trying to plant the tree for the shade you won't sit on for somebody else. Like, yeah, you should be out there planting dreams, because that's when your dream gets achieved. If your dream genuinely is a dream worth achieving, then you probably will never see it achieved. You just have to hope and pray that somebody else will find it and keep watering it. And that's just the reality of life. Banger. The next song is The Sky is Falling, which is, I guess, a Chicken Little thing. Did we have a Chicken Little yet? I don't think we did. Where does Chicken Little first pop up? Damn, my face is bloated. But anyway.
dreams. Watch my life flash by in scenes, and it seems there's no soul on the video screen, but I'm green trying to figure out what all of it means. Staring at the casket, hoping to move past it, knowing things will never be the same, and that's it. Close soaked as I stand in the rain, feeling nothing but pain until I see you again. Feel the waves crash loud and hard, oh God, lost control, I think I'm gonna lose it. All my sanity's slipping away, oh Lord, press record, I die without the music. Each breath is closer to my death, except that which is this life is none left. Let my demons live on through my legacy, study my pedigree, I need therapy.
What? Weird, I need therapy, but I'm with it. With it. Damn, Be Strong and Hit Stuff. I want to know her song so bad. Thoughts. Okay, Sky's Falling Down. Honestly, I don't know if it needs to re-listen. I will say that the idea here of the misery, like me seeing Nora's face really just made me lose everything that I was just thinking about. It's talking about outrunning it, but like here's really my honest thought about this. When it comes to fear, when it comes to being afraid, when it comes to the moments when the sky feels like it's falling, the weight of the world is on your shoulders, at what point do you start embracing? Genuinely. We have this idea that ruin is this disgusting and horrible and yada yada, because it's the motif, but like genuinely speaking, when does ruin stop being horrible? When does it stop being disgusting? When does it stop being these things and start being what it is? Like, you and I can sit here and be like, well, this is horrible. Yeah, but like, there is beauty in the decay. There is disgust in the, I mean, like, in the disgusting, you can find something intricate and beautiful and designed and all of that. And like, again, it really comes down to your like belief system or whatever, but like, people have like done the whole argument of evil, argument for evil, like that. I forget the what. Wow, that probably caused that to shake. Damn, hubby. People have like done the whole argument of evil or why evil exists, and like you can go through a lot of different theological or just ethical practice and find answers. I personally think that evil is through people's choice, and people choose to be evil. People choose to cause ruin. People make the decision to do bad things. I also think when people do those bad things because of their own decisions, it tends to lead itself towards good. And I think the things that are horrible get repurposed for good eventually. I don't know how they are. I don't know why they are. You could throw me out a million examples of horrible atrocities throughout history and be like, well, what good came from this? I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and be like, and tell you I have all the answers, because I don't. And like, I hate it when people treat it like just because you have a belief in something or have a strong thought that this is just how the world works, that now all of a sudden you have every single answer. Because you could be like, well, what about kids with cancer? I don't know. I really don't know. My hope is that horrible thing eventually leads to a cure for the disease. I don't have an answer, though. And, like, at some point, I think, honestly, even with these characters, you have to face ruin. I'm not saying you face ruin unprepared. I'm saying that you you do your best with what you're given, and sometimes you have to just understand that there is no hiding, there is no running. You just have to turn around and face destruction. And that destruction could be a failing relationship, a failing career, could be anything. But then from those things, you're left. If you're dead, then okay, you're dead, and then you get to figure out what the next step is. If you're alive, you get to take it and build something new, which is cool because it's like you just took all your Legos apart. Like, it's hard and it's not easy, and no one should ever sit there and tell you that dealing with bad stuff is easy or fun or anything, because it's not. It quite literally isn't fun at all. But just because something's not fun doesn't mean that it can't turn into something beautiful. Like, damn. I don't know. That's at least my thought process. Like, you could tell me down below how much you disagree, how much you hate when I talk about ethics or all those things. Like, do it. I am wrong. I am not right. That's fine. I've never claimed to be right or to be wrong. I just claim that this is my opinion, and I'm always happy when you share yours. So please, do it. If you agree, let me know. If you don't. If you slightly agree and slightly disagree, if you can see where I'm coming from, do it. But, like, at the end of the day, I don't ever want to be someone to tell you that I have all the answers. Even when it comes to breaking down stuff, it's always my opinion. It's never anything other than my opinion. And if you want to say, who are you? If you want to say that I don't know what I'm talking about, if you want to say that, that's completely fair. That's completely valid. And honestly, it is what it is. But, like, ultimately speaking, I have professionally edited. I have studied media since I was 15 years old. I mean, I literally went to a vocational school to learn how to make stuff. I went to college to learn how to make stuff. When I say stuff, I mean media, anything from audio to video to post-production to pre-production. My entire job field and my entire degree, which is applied science and media production, is to take an idea, a concept, and if you give me that concept, I'm supposed to be able to take it and make a complete final product out of it. That is what my expertise is. Does it mean that I'm correct? No. It just means that I've studied storytelling and I've studied the way that this stuff works. It's probably why I get things right more often than not. But, like, I just want to listen. Dude, Be Strong and Hit Stuff is such a good name, though. Come on. But sorry I didn't do a breakdown on that one if you want me to. Also, the next one, because Volume 9 soundtrack hasn't come out yet. Give me your greatest hits playlist, and, like, as in, give me your top 10 songs, or top 15 songs, and whichever top 15 songs, gets the most likes, or people agree with them the most, I will gladly do that as the greatest hits soundtrack. And it doesn't have to be this, like, actual songs from here. It could be covers. It could be whatever you want. Give it to me, and we'll use that for the greatest hits after Volume 9. And then when the actual Volume 9 soundtrack comes out, I will go back and I will listen to it 100%. I love whenever it's Nora and it's like this, like, techno-esque song.
truth, you can't younger you. Think about a little soul would feel if they could see you. There's no doubt that jaw would drop and say, oh wow, more than you would ever dream you'd be. But sometimes we get caught in the trap where we can't see our own strength and beauty. We're led astray. We're cruel to ourselves and the glow fades away. All we see is what we're not. Why don't we fill our heads with doubt instead of joy for all we've got? There's no need to wish upon a star. Just open your eyes to who you are. The path to yourself is never clear. When you're lost, you grow and have no fear. You'll reappear. Rise up from your darkest day. Look at yourself and say, it's okay. In time you will grow, but that doesn't mean you're not already whole. Mistakes that you've made will stay in the past. Redemption is yours if you follow that path. Oh, just hold on, stay tough, be strong and it starts.
Yeah, this song needs a re-listen. I almost cried here. I really like the message, and I really like the growth and the aspect behind it, because it's more than true. It's everything, and I think there's so much issue with this idea of not everything, but of just the way things are and the way things get handled and the way everyone does. It's just, we spend so much time with it and like ourselves and our own insecurities. Like, I could tell you as much as I want. I'm in therapy once a week to talk about my issues, to talk about the grief, to talk about just my own insecurities, but who cares? Like, it just is. I used to want to be a psychologist when I was younger. I used to want to, like, when I went to college, I thought about doing a dual major in film and psych, because if I couldn't make it as a filmmaker, then I would just do psychology, because I love helping people, and like, I love listening and talking when I can. But honestly, sometimes, and could be I'm too judgmental for it. It could be that I'm not empathetic. Who really knows? But honestly, when it comes down to it, I love the way that this song takes a character who is as strong-willed and sure of herself as Nora, and we actually get to see this deeper layer and deeper meaning to her that we didn't really get to see beforehand, I will say, I do think it's funny that, like, when you get told this stuff, like, you're supposed to go back and recontextualize it, and like, I feel bad for other reactors that are going through it first, because it's like, sometimes if I just miss something, you'll tell me. And sometimes when I get to the point, I'm like, so how was I ever, and I mean ever, supposed to really know this without waiting another 4 volumes until the show actually told me that this is what was going on? But okay, go off. Like, it just, Sometimes. Sometimes it's just mean to be mean, I swear.
No one's gonna break your heart but you. No one in this world is ever gonna have the strength it takes, the force to make the power to take you down. Ain't nobody doubting you but you. Ain't nobody who don't believe in your greatness. We see what your fate is on your way. It's just your team and you're more every day. The waiting is on. All the pain you faced is no disgrace. You're made from all those scars. It's okay. In time you will grow, but that doesn't mean you're not already whole. Mistakes that you've made will stay in the past. Redemption is yours if you follow that path. Oh, just hold on, stay tough, breathe strong and take
I think it's sad that Nora can't see herself as both. I mean, like, I know this is, like, supposed to be, like, a strong about, like, Nora or whatever, but, like, it's sad that she really can't see the beauty within being strong and hitting stuff, or even just the fact that she is so much more than that. And I think Ren does a good job of highlighting those deeper parts, and like her being goofy, her being those things, and asking the question of like, is that actually who I am, or is that who I just want to show myself in front of other people? Yeah, it's a real question, and I think it's one that everyone, not that they need to answer, they're gonna get the answer today. No, you're not. Who knows when you'll get that answer? That's not fair to ever put yourself in a position like that where it's like, I have to know, what am I? You'll never know what you are. Stop pretending anything other than you are what you are. It's okay to not know. It's okay to grow. It's okay to mature at your own pace, but just mature for like don't be the person who is like growing up and getting bigger, but they are not getting any wiser. Like when you're in that position, and as someone who's been there at one point in their life, it's sad. At some point you look around and you realize you have nothing left except to grow. Like you have no other options, and that's a hard place to be in, regardless of who you are or how you are, you know?
Picture if you can, a younger you. Think about a little soul would feel if they could see you. There's no doubt that jaw would drop and say, oh wow. More than you would ever dreamed you'd be. But sometimes we get caught in the trap where we can't see our own strength and beauty. We're led astray. We're cruel to ourselves and the glow fades away. All we see is what we're not. Why don't we fill our heads with doubt instead of joy for all we've got?
I love this line, only because I believe in practicing a 5 minutes of gratitude daily. I think a lot of people tend to lead towards this negative, but if you just take a moment, go outside, take in some fresh air, and just be like, damn. Just start with, I'm alive. That feels good. And then go on from there. I think a question to ask, and if you feel comfortable enough to share in the comments below, what's advice you'd give your younger self? I think the big thing I would tell my younger self is, don't compromise your own self-respect for a relationship. I think that'd probably be my biggest thing. I've always had a problem with that. No matter what in life, I've just always had an issue with like compromising my own morals, myself, for people and relationships that really don't. I shouldn't have done that for. I shouldn't have lowered myself to a standard that wasn't fair to me or that hurt me for somebody else. And if you're in a position where you are doing that, look, if they don't respect you, if they don't love you like that, then they're not worth your time. And that's the advice that I got. And it took me until it took me until they were out of my life to really understand what that means. So, I know most of you are 18 to 24 or 18 to 32, roughly around that age. You probably don't need to hear that, but if you do, hey. But honestly, if you could give advice to somebody who's younger than you, what would you want to say? I think that'd be really cool if you want to take the time to write it. If not, totally cool. If you want to tell me everything about me is wrong, do that too. If you just want to comment to say, hey, how you doing? How's your day going? Did you eat today? Honestly, if you want to ask me if I ate today, that'd make me feel really nice because most days I don't eat. So, that care, love, and joy is just something I would like to start promoting more within the comments and everything like that. So I'll do my best and hold me accountable to that, please.
There's no need to wish upon a star. Just open your eyes to who you are. The path to yourself is never clear. When you're lost, you grow and have no fear. You'll reappear. Rise up from your darkest day. Look at yourself and say, it's okay. In time you will grow, but that doesn't mean you're not already whole. Mistakes that you've made will stay in the past. Redemption is yours if you follow that path. Oh, just hold on, stay tough, be strong and decide.
Yo, song just be going off. The Truth. 48 seconds.
Clean the linens, sweep the floors, shut your mouth and do your chores. Scrub the dishes in the sink, no one said that you should think. Shine the silver, wash the clothes, and when you're finished, darn the socks, draw my bath, fetch my slippers, fill my glass, and rub my feet. Hurry up, you're so slow, you're no good. I hope you know that your life is of no use, and the truth is that no one's ever loved you.
And no one ever will. I want to go through this song more and more, but if it turns into a Cinder rant, it does. I don't care. The truth is, yeah, I don't love you, Cinder. I wish you nothing but harm. Those people were right to treat you that way, based on everything that ended up happening. And, here's the thing. You can make an argument. You can make a strong argument that if she was loved, she wouldn't have turned out this way. She wouldn't have been a narcissist. She wouldn't have done this. She wouldn't have done that. She wouldn't have done X. She wouldn't have done Y. Okay, I hear you. I hear you completely. There are people, though, that are abused. There are people that are hurt by people that are supposed to take care of them. There are people that are essayed, are I don't have good words for it, but hurt by others. And you know what they don't do? They don't do that. They don't do what you did. They don't do what Cinder did. They don't. So, like, no, I have no pity. I have no sympathy for you because of that. I'm supposed to look at your neglect and somehow be like, oh no, it makes sense. It's justified. And then ignore someone else who's probably gone through worse than you and be okay with it? Like, why am I gonna pretend like this character doesn't have a choice or didn't have a choice? Like, well, they grew up in a world where they were only hated. Yeah, a lot of people did. A lot of people grew up and were told that they don't matter and they don't do that. And you know what they did? They moved past it. They got out of it. They didn't do it again. They realized this was not okay to treat somebody like this. And then they didn't treat people like that. They didn't make the world about themselves. They didn't make everything about them. They didn't become this disgusting narcissistic character. So, like, if you wonder why I'm so critical or why I'm so this, is because, yeah, I know people that have gone through horrible, traumatic situations who I care about very, very deeply. And they made the decisions not to act that way. And when they do act that way, they usually correct themselves and apologize. Like, that's why I think in these situations, like, being critical is like, yeah, you have no right to treat somebody so disgusting, so painfully just because you went through some disgusting trauma yourself. Gives you absolutely no right and no justification. And if you want to say it does, then okay, then you and I can just agree to disagree. Like, it just kind of low-key just tells me that you're looking for excuses to justify your own bad behavior. Same way that I will look for excuses to justify my own lying, my own deceit, my own stuff that I do that's wrong. Well, okay, that's fine. We're allowed to do that. We're allowed to justify our bad decisions. But, like, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like your bad decisions are anything other than that. That you're now that you're now correct in doing something wrong when it was done to you. Like, that's stupid. Like, I'm not even saying that's stupid in the sense of, like, I dislike it. I'm saying it's stupid because it just fundamentally is against everything that I believe in. Like, no, that's not okay.
Night and day I've waited for the moment when I'd see your face and feel you near. All alone in crowded rooms I'm incomplete. My life is paused when you're not here.
Excuse me?
Though I walk this world, I am nowhere to be found. Every thought's of you, and for now you're not around. But that's alright, I'll be just fine. I'm not concerned with sands of time. If forever comes and goes, I won't pay it no mind. 'Cause the treasure of my life is being by your side. Hour after hour, I spend dreaming that your voice will wake my slumbering ear. No man lost, I wander with no place to go. looking through the tears as the days creep slowly by. But that's alright, I'll be just fine. I'm not concerned with sands of time. If forever comes and goes, I won't pay it no mind. 'Cause the treasure of my life is being where you are. Nothing's gonna shake my faith. I know you're coming back real soon to my embrace. Though time goes by so slow, I'm never letting go. I won't give up if I spend my life. I know that that's alright. I'll be just fine. I'm not concerned with sands of time. If forever comes and goes, I won't pay it no mind. 'Cause the treasure of my life is being by your side.
You know, at first, I'm not gonna redo the entire song, but I was gonna say I love this refrain. The first verse sounds very toxic though, until we got to the refrain, and the reason why I'm saying that is like the way she comes at it and the way she's talking about it is I've waited for this moment. I'd see you for your near. Where is it? It's like
Facing crowded rooms.
I'm incomplete. My life just paused when you're not here. That part, I was that raised some eyebrows. I was like, oh I don't know about this. Am I gonna have to talk about how this is not what love is? And then
Though I walk this world,
it's like I'm nowhere to be found. That's not a good line.
every thought's of you.
Again, every thought's of you, and for now you're not around. It like this first minute is giving very like anxious attachment. It's giving very much like I need to physically be with this person or I am not mentally okay, which is an issue. That's not healthy. If you think that's healthy, then I have news for you. It's not. Like, that's not okay. You shouldn't have to feel that way when you're not with your partner. Like, it's nice to feel that way. It's a nice thing to maybe say or think, but it's insane. It's like when you say to your partner, I need to be with you. No, you don't. I want to be with you. I choose to be with you. It's such a stronger thing to say that I choose to be with you than I need to be with you. I need to be with you sounds like this fate, this destiny, but I choose to be with you gives you the power back. It says, I am choosing to be with you. I am choosing despite your flaws, despite my flaws, despite everything. I not only want to be with you, but I love being with you. It feels stronger because it's actually a real choice then. So like that's kind of where my thought is. But when it gets to but that's all right, I'll be just fine, I'm not concerned with sands of time, that's when the song completely does this 180 of like that's like no, I'm gonna be okay. Like without you, like it's showing at least this growth of like that. So I wasn't too concerned then. But honestly, the song itself is a really beautiful love song, and I like how it's the treasure because it shows that it's not about what that person gives you, it's about the time you have with that person and ultimately the effect of them with you. So I'm totally with that. And then we have this, and I I hate everyone and everything for it, and I don't know if I will break it down or not. It really depends on if I can break it down without getting pissed.
Darkness like midnight, moonless, there's no light. Another lonely day is ending. Searching forever, waiting, but never finding the only thing I dream of. The warmth of a smile that stays for a while. The face of a friend that won't leave. I heard a song once, it posed this point of view that wishes made on stars
I'm sorry for pausing it, but not the Pinocchio.
to come true. So here's my secret. At bedtime every night, I search the sky and hope to find a star who'd send a light to me. The one thing I need, just one kind soul with a heart of gold. Then my dreams became real and I finally feel not alone. Do hearts always make you feel this warm? My wish came true the day that you appeared and called me friend. An answered prayer, a chance to share the world, to be a girl who finally felt alive.
I don't think I can do a re-listen to this one without just being pissed. They really gave me Penny just to take her away. They gave me this wholesome, loving character who wants to do the right thing, who genuinely will sacrifice herself for her friends, and they made her do it. And then we had Jean kill her, which is even worse, because God forbid we get a moment of happiness. It's just so tough and unreal and not fair. But it exists and it happens and we just have to deal with it, I suppose. But I love the cute things Penny wants to do, and like it's unfortunate because she never got to do those things with them. For all we know, we have these 7 months of them together and we don't even get to see those intricate, deep, loving moments between them. We don't get to see these intricate, deep, loving moments between all the characters. Like, the big moments matter, but the small ones, I argue, matter more. It's in those moments of silence where you get to see the interaction, where you get to see the love, where you get to see everything. You get to feel it on this level that you don't even get to really know exists until after it's done and over with. Like, in your life, you can have an airport scene where it's like you're chasing the girl and getting to the airport, or you're chasing the guy and getting to the airport. But honestly, the moments that matter the most are the ones when you're sitting in a drive-thru, singing along to a song and making jokes about something that doesn't even matter. That's where it really lives and thrives and breathes. And unfortunately, we don't get to see that with Penny. And we get to see the sacrifice and the pain and just a character who was so, like, just too good for the world. And yeah, you could say, well, she's going to be made again. I don't think so. I really don't. And like, if she does, like, I'd be so happy, but I just can't see it happening. They made her a true living girl for what? Just to kill her in the next episode. Like, it's just sad and it's disgusting and it is what it is. Oh, we got an ad. But only 5 seconds, really. Interesting.
Count Dracula.
It's the real Dracula!
That's it.
Renfield.
I wouldn't say that's Dracula, but this one's called Awake or Okay Goodnight. I remember this song. I'll make this Cinder. Oh, that goes hard. And this is just a beat, I'm with it. I don't think this has to do with RWBY. I think this just might be Casey's band.
Silence fuels the deadly cries. Ripped apart by knives and lovers' lies.
Wait a minute.
Curse my innocence.
No, this is in RWBY. Oh, this is the other Cinder song. Lame. The song goes hard, but I hate Cinder. Hate Cinder. Ooh. Key change? I'm with it. Damn. Well, damn. That song just goes off. I mean, there's really not much to like say about it, but it's like I don't think there's much story stuff there. Like I love the refrain goes off, the music goes hard. Like it just I think this is just Casey's band. Is her band called OK Goodnight? I guess it has to be called OK Goodnight, right? Or maybe Awake? No, it's Awake Lyrics, OK Goodnight, Volume 8, Midnight? What? There's like 4 different titles to this song, but it doesn't matter. Either way, I think it's Casey's band because they said that she becomes the lead music, lead music producer thing for like Volume 8 and 9, so that's pretty cool. But either way, yeah, that was it. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you don't mind, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that jazz. I post every day, you know. Hope you, these are just been my thoughts and just things that have come up during this. If you are interested in, you know, responding, have suggestions of other songs you want me to listen to, let me know in the comments below. Please don't forget to put your top 10 or top 15. And I really want to get a greatest hits album playlist made and react to that after Volume 9's done. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a good one. Peace out. Hi, everyone. Well, I missed a song on the soundtrack. That's on me. Realized that after I said goodbye. So here we are with this Touch the Sky remix by Toby No. No?
Today I changed my place in history. Today will start a brand new life. Hoping now. God with suffering had enough of misery. Finally, oh, the path is heading somewhere bright. I feel a different kind of energy. Taking everything overdrive. Sweet sunrise, turbo, no vitality. Find it hard to believe that I feel so alive. Just watch me go, see me powerful as a donut. endlessly. Feeling like the stars have all aligned. Illuminate the darkness of what's blinding. Now I'm positive that my time is shine. I will explode, you'll see me rise. You may not even recognize. I just can't wait for this to feel. Exploring, open up a door. Finding so much more in me. When I look inside, I'm liking what I see. I'm flying, heights like I've never seen. All I need to do is look way now. I see what I can be when I trust in me. I'm free. I look in the mirror and I gotta say, it's been a long, long time since I felt this way. Right now, I'm just a bit surprised. The feels just fine, and I might just touch the sky. I just touch the sky. Just touch the sky.
Well, sorry about that. I personally not necessarily my cup of tea in terms of like music, but wasn't bad. I thought the remix itself was pretty good. Touch the Sky is a very fun, loving song and like kind of very vibey. This was a different kind of techno vibey. I didn't love how they like had the beat on every like word like that. It had like this weird vibe to it. Not that it's bad, just not something that I personally vibe with. That being said, this time for reals. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that jazz, and peace out.